Greetings, this is Vlodril and welcome back to Let's Play Lamplight City. Okay, just wondering if this is the correct...
Addie?
What is it, Miles?
What have you been up to lately?
Nothing particularly exciting. My usual clients have been scheduling appointments, and I've been trying to get some new ones as well. In my free time, I've been catching up on my reading.
Anything good?
Yes, the conclusion to the dissembling mechanism was just published in Brentwell magazine last week.
What's that?
James Penstroke's latest serial. I wanted to read it to you, but you haven't been around much lately.
Perhaps I'll take a look now that I can actually concentrate again.
Yes, you could read it to me. I wouldn't mind hearing it again. It would certainly be a nicer way to spend your time than going out drinking.
Jesus, woman.
Addie, please know that I'm deeply sorry for my behavior last night. I'll do everything I can to make it up to you. Would you like me to get some new begonias?
I don't need pretty flowers or pretty words, Miles. I just want things to go back to how they were. That's really all the apology I require.
Sometimes you can't go back to the things... to the way the things were before.
You're looking especially lovely today, Addie.
Miles, don't flirt with me. Not now.
I wouldn't push my luck with her, Miles. She hasn't completely forgiven you.
I'll let you get back to your book.
Or the try anyway. God damn it. A new case has come in, but the police are already investigating it. Details have made their way into the newspaper. I won't be able to meet you at Rowan. So here's the details. Deceased is someone. Her apartment is at 840 right away.
Huh.
What does Upton say this time?
That she can't meet me, and that I should go straight to the scene of the crime.
I wonder if that means the police have started to suspect that she's giving you these cases.
She also says news of this case has been made public. The police are already investigating. Have you heard of Desiree Latham?
Yes, there's something about her in today's paper. I didn't read the article, though. Where's the crime scene?
840 right way. It's not too far from here, thankfully.
You're sure you're feeling up to this today?
I'll be fine. The mental exercise will get me back to normal in no time.
Harry's baby found. Yeah, that's our previous case. Police investigators, my ass. Who did all the work? We don't get any of the credit? Really? Do we get paid for this at least? I sure hope so. My detectives should be commented on the outstanding work they did in finding baby Charles. Oh, there is the case. Grand Dame found burned to death. Desiree, age 63, was found burned to death in her home. In her bed, burned to ashes. What? Which are these murders? Because I'm guessing they're not the cases we're doing. This is the guy that killed well, made our partner's death a possibility, I guess. I'm not sure you could say he killed him. Earnest bout with a construction worker. Single gunshot wound to the head. Exactly the same manner the previous guy is killed. Was that how we killed Miles? I wonder if that's relevant.
Well, this is shaping up to be quite the investigation. I should probably get a move on before the police ruin the crime scene any more than they already have.
Good luck, Miles. And stay away from the bars, would you?
I mean, he doesn't drink the soporific at least. And also he can sleep, so, you know. The problem is he hasn't tell his wife that, you know what? My former partner that I killed can't shut up about everything. Every minute of every day, even the nights. That would make her understand a bit more, I think.
As though we've arrived fashionably late.
Excuse me, sir, but this is an active crime scene. We can't allow members of the public.
Oh, this isn't just any member of the public, Kane. This is Miles Fordham. He used to be one of us until he killed his partner.
Wonderful. Officer Parsons is on the scene. It's a shock the apartment isn't in a shambles.
Good day to you too, officers.
Fordham? What are you doing here?
Ah, Captain Snelling. What a pleasure.
That's Chief Snelling now, Fordham. I don't expect you follow the workings of the department much these days, but I'd appreciate the proper address.
So nice to see the power hasn't gone to his head.
My apologies, Chief Snelling.
You haven't answered my question. What in blazes are you doing here?
Just a social call. I wanted to see what my former colleagues were up to these days.
And you often socialize at murder sites, do you? This is an active crime scene, Fordham. Leave the premises immediately.
Let's be honest, Snelling. You could use my help on this.
I see your resignation hasn't done much to curb your arrogance. We don't need any help, not even from former detectives. Parsons, I'm going back to the station. I want you to report the minute you're done here. Understand?
Yes, sir.
Now, don't get any funny ideas, Fordham. If you so much as breathe on anything in here, I'll have you arrested for tampering with a crime scene. Do I make myself clear?
Sure, whatever you say, Chief.
Keep your nose where it belongs, or you'll have me to answer to.
I suppose it's reassuring that even in this crazy, ever-changing world, you can always count on Snelling to be a complete ass.
You heard the chief. No snooping around. The sooner you get out of here, the better for all of us.
To be fair, we were kind of an asshole to him too.
No title. I doubt it's a diary. People rarely leave those things laying out in the open. Definitely too young to be Miss Lathan. Perhaps a relative? Judging by these books, Miss Lathan was quite the fan of poetry. Let's
We
just
know
hope her
that.
taste was better than Madame Dupre's. You have to hand it to her. Miss Lathan certainly had a unique taste in fashion. I bet you could see her coming a mile away. An invitation to the Gascon Grand Dame's Ball. Seems it was held 2 nights ago at the Gascon Summer Club. Might be worth looking into, seeing as it's our only lead right now.
Excuse me, Officer Parsons.
Clear off, Fordham. The chief doesn't want you here, and neither do I. You aren't on the force anymore, so you've got to respect the rules, just like every other citizen.
He'd be respecting my fist if I were alive, believe me.
I'm not trying to cause any trouble. I just want to ask a few questions.
Well, if it will get you to leave faster.
Weird that they don't have a better relationship with him, considering he was a cop and pretty good one at that.
What can you tell me about Desiree Lathan?
Nothing.
Because you don't know?
No, because I'm not going to betray Chief Snelling's orders and divulge that information to the public.
Also, that facial here.
Parsons, you know me. What harm would it do to tell me just a little bit?
Do I have to state the obvious? If it were up to me, you'd be in jail for murdering an officer.
I wouldn't make such claims without knowing the facts, Parsons. It could get you in serious trouble. It'd be a real tragedy to see your career cut short and you back in the workhouse polishing airship rivets.
You don't scare me, Fordham.
Rest assured, the feeling is mutual. Have you made much progress on this investigation?
Did you not hear me the first time, Fordham?
He's not gonna tell us
Before
anything.
I have to arrest you for interfering with a police investigation.
How long has Officer Kane been on the force?
I'm not one to gossip, Fordham.
That's only the second most hypocritical thing I've heard today.
Ask him yourself if you're so interested.
Why was Chief Snelling here anyway?
He's the chief of police, and this is an official investigation. It doesn't take a grand leap of logic.
Yes, but the Chief of Police never bothers with a crime scene unless it's of great importance.
Your point?
Does that mean this crime scene is, in fact, of great importance?
You're the investigator, Fordham. I'll leave you to work that one out.
You're looking well these days, Parsons. What's your secret?
Secret? I don't know. Maybe something about getting a good night's sleep without blood on my hands? Does wonders.
That's all I wanted to know.
Good.
That wasn't helpful. Like at all.
Begging your pardon, officer.
Yes, what is it, sir?
Is there anything you can tell me about Desiree Lathan?
I'm afraid not. You don't have clearance in this investigation.
And there's nothing I can say to convince you otherwise?
My superiors would be very upset if they knew I was breaking the rules. I'm sorry.
I think the operative phrase in this instance is if they knew. We need to find a way to get Parsons out of here. Maybe we should visit Upton at the station.
Okay.
Do you enjoy working with Officer Parsons?
I don't like to talk about my colleagues, sir. Especially when they're standing right over me.
I understand. Perhaps this isn't the right time to be asking. Thanks for your time, officer.
Not a problem.
Alright.
I didn't imagine we'd be coming back here in this lifetime.
Fordham? Have you solved the case already?
What is that flag?
Don't I wish? I haven't even gotten started.
Well, I'm here if you need anything. Just be sure not to let Snelling see you.
Is he back yet?
He arrived a few minutes ago. I expect he'll be sequestered in his office today, so you shouldn't have to worry too
I
much.
thought this was the US, but that doesn't look like a US flag. Is it Australia or something? I'm not sure. Maybe it's before the unification. No, it's not. It's 1800s, right? It should be way after that. Obviously, I'm not up to my flags these days. When I was growing up as a child, I knew most of the flags of the world. There was some cards you could collect, and you had an album, you put them in. That's how we entertained ourselves in the Stone Age. Panini cards. Now, nah. Don't remember anything.
Prime Minister Atwood, watching over the department with his signature scowl.
Got a moment, Upton?
Yes, but let's make this quick.
Back to work, I see.
Yes, well, the coffee shop holiday had to end eventually. I'm gonna have to find someplace else to meet you. The higher-ups are getting suspicious.
To be honest, it was a bit wretched there. I won't miss it.
Well then, Mr. Big Bug, you can have the honor of choosing the next place. Under a bridge somewhere, perhaps.
Have you been able to find any leads on Bill's death?
Have you?
Not yet, no.
I've been looking, but I haven't been able to come up with anything either. There has to be a connection somewhere. Criminals don't usually just fall off the map.
I'm having some trouble with Officer Parsons.
You and everyone else who's ever met him. What's the problem?
He's keeping me away from the Lathan crime scene.
Of course. He's one of the most loyal to Snelling.
Any suggestions for how I might get him away so I can look around?
I might have an idea. There are several reported crimes that haven't been assigned yet, and Parsons is itching to prove his investigative chops. He'd probably abandon his post for a good enough lead and a chance to impress Snelling.
Up to no good. You impress me.
Department politics
Up
is
to
something
no
of a
good.
specialty of mine.
Any updates on the Harris baby?
He's back home and doing well thanks to you.
I'm glad to hear it.
You did an impressive job. I admit I was a bit concerned about how you'd fare after months of taking it easy. But I suppose detective work is like riding a bicycle.
It's a guaranteed way to end up with a broken arm.
I see the Gazette has caught wind of this supposed mass murderer.
Yes, Snelling has been positively fuming about it. Between that and the Lathan case being publicized on the same day, it's been a nightmare for the department.
Any idea how they got the information?
I don't think anyone in the department has spoken to the press. Maybe they just have some very good reporters.
So, is it serious? Should we be concerned?
3 murders is nothing to sneeze at, but all the victims have been men in Chumley. If that changes, then things might start getting urgent.
Isn't that just the way of things? You can bet they'd have already caught the bastard if the first body had turned up in Lyon.
That's it for now.
Better get back to it then.
Miles, are you crazy? If you go wandering around the department for no good reason, Snelling will have you thrown in the jail.
Is that how jail was written before? And it got gotten modernized? I wouldn't read it like that at all. Oh, wait. What about these cases? Several haven't been kind of getting information about that.
I don't think I've ever seen anyone reading those books. I'm half convinced.
I don't think we can actually. I thought maybe there is a file something.
Sure that connects Upton to everyone on the police network, including Giles at the jail. Lucky her.
All right.
The bridge to Lyon overlooking the House of Parliament. I suppose that seeing that helps the patrons of this club put on airs.
I think that's as far as I can go. Okay.
Excuse me, miss?
Oh, well, hello there, handsome.
What time is it
Seen you around here before.
for you to be drinking
Wanna
that
join
much?
me for a drink?
What the fuck?
Thank you, but I'm on duty.
On duty? What are you, a cop?
Force of habit. I'm a private investigator, actually.
Oh, not much better, if you ask me.
The name's Miles Fordham, and you are?
Charlotte Robineau.
Pleasure. Would you mind if I asked you a few questions?
I suppose not. It would help pass the time.
Damn.
Were you here for the Grand Dame's ball the other night?
Of course, we all were. Well, except for Laura. Terrible business.
You mean Laura Dupre?
The very same. Have you met?
I have. In fact, I investigated her attempted murder.
Is that right? I heard she ended up in jail for torturing her servants.
Yes, it was quite disturbing.
I didn't think Laura was capable of such a thing. She always seemed so kind. I guess we all have our dark secrets.
Does that apply to you as well, Miss Robineau?
If I told you, then it would no longer be a secret, would it?
Fair point. Do you know Desiree Lathan?
I knew her, yes.
When did you last speak to her?
Oh, it's been ages. She and I haven't had much to do with each other for a while.
Why is that?
It's really not important. We just didn't see eye to eye on a few things.
Was she at the Grand Dame's ball?
Yes, she was. Drinking up a storm as usual. Desi really knew how to enjoy herself.
How much did she drink?
Oh, I don't know. She used to outmatch me, and I can handle quite a bit.
What can you tell me about Desiree's death?
Just what I've read in the papers. She burned to death. It's horrible. She certainly didn't deserve to die in such a gruesome way.
Did she have any enemies? Anyone who might have wanted to do her harm?
No. Everyone loved her.
Except you?
Mr. Fordham, I said we haven't had much to do with each other. It doesn't mean I didn't care for her. Now please, let's drop the subject.
Tell me a little about yourself.
Why, Mr. Fordham, I hardly know you. That said, I'm always open to making new friends.
Watch out, Miles. I think she's getting ready to pounce.
I don't know. Oh shit.
I must compliment you on your lovely hairstyle.
Oh, how sweet of you to say. Though it is getting a bit ragged. I'm having it done this afternoon, in fact. My girl Adelaide is a
damn.
treasure.
You don't say. Well, she must be talented to improve on near perfection.
Oh, such a flattering tongue, Mr. Fordham.
Again? No.
Thanks for your time. I'll let you
I'll
get back
save.
to your drink.
Thanks, sweetheart.
Because this is creeping me out. Plus he knows our wife. We'll see, we can come back to that. That was rather creepy.
Let's not talk to this idiot any further right now.
Begging your pardon, officer.
Yes, what is it, sir?
Thanks for your...
Not a
Find a way to get Parsons to leave the crime. How? We need some leads on that solved cases, but unassigned cases. But again, I didn't see any cases on the police department. Let me try again, I guess. Am I missing a page, something?
The old Jack and Stars. Sure was nice when that sign didn't apply to us.
No, I don't see anything. Maybe if I could get in there.
Miles, are you...
But yeah, the game doesn't let me do that.
Got a moment?
Yes?
About getting Parsons away from the crime scene?
All right, these are the, as of yet, unassigned crimes.
Really? Why didn't you
The body of a young man
tell
was
me that the
found
first
in
time?
the Hodgman River by the Gascon docks this morning. A woman named Chumley reported hearing a single gunshot in her neighbor's apartment last night. There was a deadly explosion at a factory in Worcester that may be linked to sabotage. And that's it for right now. Any of those strike your fancy?
Tell me more about the body found at the docks.
An unidentified man in his 20s was found in the river near the docks. The dock worker who reported it said that the body was bloated and decomposing. It must have been in the river several days. Dr. Edwards performed a post-mortem and determined the cause of death to be a blow to the head.
I see. Certainly leaves a lot of questions.
You think Parsons will be interested?
I don't know.
No, actually, let's try another one.
All right, which one?
Let's hear about the gunshot.
Ethel Williamson reported hearing a sound she described as a single gunshot coming from her neighbor's apartment last night. She said
Probably the
she'd been
explosion,
hearing
I think.
arguments over the past several weeks, and there may have been domestic violence involved. When she knocked on the door, she got no answer, but she said she noticed the distinct smell of flowers.
Intriguing.
You think Parsons will be interested?
Definitely not.
No, actually, let's try another one.
All right, which one?
Give me the details about the factory explosion.
The owner of the Hawkins Steelworks reported an explosion at his factory that killed 2 of his workers. He says he's been getting several threatening letters about his current project.
And so he suspects someone has sabotaged the operation?
Yes, likely the Redites. Do you think Parsons will be interested?
Could be.
Sounds good. Let's go with that one.
All right, I'll send out the report as soon as we're done talking.
That's it for now.
Better get back to it then.
We can ask our wife about that lady too.
Hello, dearest. I have returned.
Hello, Miles.
Addie?
What is it, Miles?
You've got an appointment with Charlotte Robineau later today, don't you?
Are you using your detecting skills on me now?
I spoke with her at the Gascon Supper Club, and she mentioned you. Turns out she knew Desiree Lathan.
Makes sense. That social circle is tiny.
She wasn't very forthcoming, though. Do you think you might try and persuade her to talk?
Persuasion shouldn't be necessary. She usually just sits in the chair and starts gossiping up a storm. I think I know more about all the Gascon Grand Dames than anyone should.
That's good. That's very good.
Huh. I don't know, Miles. Don't you think we should at least investigate the crime scene first, so we have all the details?
I think there's a few more things I need to clear up before I'm ready.
Okay, just let me know when you are.
That makes sense.
Was Desiree Lathan a client of yours by any chance?
No, but plenty of the other Grand Dames used to gossip about her.
What sort of things would they say?
Usually they'd comment about how much she'd had to drink the night before. I got the impression she was quite the tippler. I hope you're not planning on following her example.
Oh my god, woman.
That would require me to burn to death in our bed.
Then I stand by my previous statement.
I'll let you get back to your book.
Jesus. You piss on someone's flowers, they never forget.
Good luck.
Damn, looks like Parsons didn't take the bait. He must not have considered that case enough to prove himself to Snelling.
Really? An explosion? With a terrorist group? I guess we'll go for the murder. Still, strange.
Yes, but
Should be really high profile.
Unfortunately.
nothing worse than a picky investigator. I wish more people were like you.
Thank you?
All right, these are the, as of yet, unassigned crimes. The body of a
The
woman
young
and
man,
that's
yes.
it. Any of
Tell me.
the do you think?
Sounds good.
I'll
That's it.
better get.
Alright.
Damn, looks like Parsons didn't.
That makes no sense. An explosion and a murder. Is it just a third thing always? Or does that guy has the worst possible choice in assignments?
Yes.
Taste? I don't know. Choice is the wrong word.
Not. All right.
Let's hear.
You
Intrigue.
think?
Sounds good.
All right.
Well,
That's
her damage the charm. Maybe. Motherfucker. You picked the worst case.
Took the bait.
I
Now
don't
maybe
get
we
it.
can finally have a look around the crime scene.
Alright, let us save and we'll look around the crime scene and talk to this fine officer in the next episode. For now, thank you for watching. As usually, feel free to leave a comment if you want to, subscribe, like, all the good stuff. I will see you next time with more Lamplight City.